Okay, this is what the boys are going to be making. It is a glider, a little paper airplane made from a styrofoam plate. I'm going to show you how to show the boys how to do it. First of all, each boy will receive this pattern. They'll cut the pattern off. Be very, very careful. Advise all the boys don't cut the tail off the pattern. So once they cut that out and they cut these little slots here, you will end up with this, okay? This, it's kind of important how you place it in the plate. Just make sure that the wings will spill over the edge, and that's fine. And the nose can actually spill up into the curved part here, and that's fine too. But make sure the tail isn't on a curved part, because the tail needs to be flat. So put the tail on a flat part of the plate, and now you simply trace around it, which takes a little bit, but it's going to, like I said, it's going to spill up over the plate, over the edge of the plate, and let the boys do this, and then they're going to want to, this is a slot, they'll need to cut that out later. And then there is another slot here in the tail, they'll need to cut that out. And I'm doing it a little bit quick and sloppy so you don't get too bored watching this video. But basically, they are going to end up with the pattern traced onto the plate. And, you know, they're boys, so they probably won't do it really, really neat. But that's basically what it's going to look like. Okay, now we've got our scissors. And most of the cuts are straight lines, so the boys can cut and just be, you know, careful to cut. Like I said, I'm doing it a little bit sloppy just for time's sake here. But have the boys be as neat as they can as they cut out the paper plate. And it just takes a few minutes. You know, ideally, the boys will be able to do this in probably no more than 20 minutes. I would count on every session you'll have a boy that cuts the tail off the end of this part right here. He'll cut across here. You will eventually cut that, but not at the beginning, and certainly not out of the pattern. Okay, we're almost done. And there's a little notch right here that you're going to want to cut, because that's kind of important. Okay, and then we're almost done. We'll cut the last bit and then the curvy part. And the boys need to be, you know, pretty careful cutting the rudder. That is the rudder slash tail of the plane. Okay, so we'll end up with this. Believe it or not, you're almost done. Here are two important cuts. This slot they're going to need to make is going to be that long, but you want it to be super thin so the plate will fit in there snug, and you'll see what I mean by that. So the piece that I got out of there is only just a little sliver of paper plate. Same thing for back here, just a little sliver of paper plate cut out of there. Alright, so now you got that. The reason you do that is because now you will cut the tail off. It goes like this, okay? That's why you want it to be a thin slot. If it was a big fat slot, it would wiggle and wobble and it wouldn't be good. This is not my best plate. You can see one wing is way longer than the other wing, but that's okay. Then you've got the tape, two pieces of tape here to secure the tail so it won't come off, and another piece of tape here to secure the tail. And like I said, I'm doing this fast and sloppy. Probably not the best way to do it. Okay, now the penny. I'm actually going to get a penny out of here from out of one of my planes that I already had. But we'll have a bunch of pennies for the boys. And you will put a drop of glue here. Okay, come on, glue. A little drop of glue there. Put the penny on there. Put another drop of glue here. This is still wet because I just did these about 20 minutes ago. Bring it back, squish it down. It won't stay by itself, so you'll need to tape it. Okay. We are getting close to being done. We're going to cut two ailerons, one here, and one here, one here, one here, and we're going to cut a rudder here and here. We are now ready to fly. We're going to put the ailerons in the up position, which will generate some lift. And you can play with the rudder a little bit later on to make it turn left or right. But let's see how this one works, okay? Here we go. Watch carefully. And, okay, it's not the best, but you know what? It works.